Hi friends, it's Lee and welcome to Beauty Over 70 with Lee. I don't have any content today. I just want to share some news why I haven't been on my channel. It's news about my husband. He was admitted to the hospital a little over 2 weeks ago. His condition was diagnosed. We went to the cardiologist for an office visit, a little late, but for a cardiologist with his heart doctor, and he did a direct admission to the hospital. And that's something you don't normally do, but he did that directly into the hospital. And he was diagnosed with congestive heart failure from so much fluid in the body. Now, he was in the hospital a little over 7 days on the heart floor, in bed, straight LASIK to get the fluid off. There was so much fluid in between the lungs and his chest, it was not letting the lungs expand. His legs, his feet, the lower extremities were absolutely swollen out of this world. It was just mind-boggling. I had encouraged him to make an appointment a couple of months prior and go in to see his cardiologist. He did not want to do that. He is a military person of well over 30 years. And if you have, ladies, do you have one of them? Do you have one of those? I mean, I'm asking, if you have one of those, just leave it in a comment and let me know. I sometimes think I have the only one, the only man that just doesn't get it, doesn't listen until it's too late. He was admitted on a Wednesday, went to the doctor on a Wednesday, and he did not want to be admitted to the hospital. Routine visit, with him putting up with all that pain. He could hardly walk and the legs swollen. Shortness of breath, could hardly get his breath. Typical man. Typical man. That's all I can say. You know, you love him, but you get so mad at him, right? Yes, get so mad at him. His cardiologist said, this was a Wednesday, and he said, you know, from medically standpoint, if you do not let me admit you to the hospital, come Sunday, you won't be here. I can't honestly say that because I'm not God. He calls the shots. But as a doctor, you won't be here. You will not be here unless we start this stat. So I talked to him and I said, you know, you got to do it. You got to do it because you're going to lose your life if you don't. So they admitted him on the heart floor. He had to sit up. I mean, you'll sit up in bed and sleep that way on his back. He couldn't turn on his side, his left side, because his mechanical valve in his heart. That's another issue that I'm going to bring up too. That's at that borderline of changing because it's so, I'll get to that. But anyway, he had to almost sit up in bed. And from sitting up and being in that bed on that mattress and then pulling him across, he was so weak and so couldn't breathe. His derriere is loaded in bed sores. But anyway, after he was there 7 or 8 days, they done all they could do and started him on an oral peel of LASIK, generic LASIK, to continue to pump the fluid out. He's on a limited restriction of fluid, I think 1,000 liters a day or something like that. Don't hold me to that. Very no salt, no salt, total just super, super healthy food, no junk food, right? So they moved him. He wasn't well enough to come home because I can't do anything for him except he was not that strong yet. So he was so weak, he had to strengthen the lower extremities. So we transferred him to a transitional care unit. And he has been there, I believe, 9 days in the transitional care to where he's getting physical 8 or 9 days, something like that. I mean, he's getting physical therapy from the waist down, where they have him on walking the bars and walking the halls on his walker, and then occupational therapy is working with him on the waist up to move his arms and everything. It's amazing what laying in the bed and him being so sick and run down when he went in to the hospital, and then laying in a bed for 8 or 9 days, something like that, 7 or 8 days. How that drains you, total drains the life of you and all the fluids. And the veins kept blowing, ladies. The veins kept blowing. They had to start IVs, and they'd start another IV, and it would blow. And they'd go over here on his arm, and I'm gonna post some pictures and let you see that. They would go over here on the upper arm, and they would try to get another IV, and it would blow. And then they'd stick him again, and it would blow. And they'd go underneath, and it would blow. He is black and blue on both arms. I mean, it is so, so sad. It's just so, so sad. We could have avoided all that if he would have went in earlier. But, maybe he'll learn from this lesson. Who knows? Who knows? Typical man. I guess some women are like that too, but, I don't know. But anyway, long story short, he is in the transitional care now, and he'll be there till he gets stronger. And then we will have home health come out to work with him 3 times a week when he does come home. So it's been hard. It's been hard on him, extremely hard on him, my friends. It's been hard on me. I look a mess. All I can do is maybe every other day get a shower and, just throw on a little bit to hide these things. And sometimes I don't even do that. Try to stay clean. That's about it. I've been staying at the hospital in that chair. I would stay there with him because he was so sick. And then when he I'd stay there during the day, and then I'd stay at night. And then when he went to the transitional care, again, I slept in the chair to be with him as much as possible. I didn't stay all the time, and I'm not staying right now. I got to the point to where he's getting much better and gaining some strength. He's eating now. And so I have to come home and get some rest myself because, as you well know, I'm still healing from this corneal eye transplant that I had last year, New Year's Eve. I'm still dealing with my SI joint issues. I'm in pain a lot. And, last year was my year to have all that stuff going on with me, and it's still not over for me. It's rolling into 2025. And boy, this year has got off to a start with him. But let me tell you, he has another test. They took him from transitional care unit to his cardiologist Monday. Okay. We took him, transferred in a wheelchair, transferred him there. I just drove along with my car. I could not ride in the van that they transferred him in for security and all kinds of insurance. You can understand what I'm saying. So the cardiologist has ordered another test to be done. In other words, what I'm trying to say is he has a mechanical valve and a pacemaker in his heart. And it's at that crucial line, that fine line to where it is, to where his heart can stop if it's not changed. The battery's not changed. But they did a echo, several echoes, cardiograms in the hospital where they bring the machine in, and do it. It's around 35 or so, but the doctor, the cardiologist, is doing another test Friday on the 14th. They're going to bring him back to the hospital. They're going to do another test to watch the blood go in. It's a more in-depth as the blood is going in and out of the heart above the echocardiogram. Okay, does that make sense? He's had so much test and so much going on. I'm probably rattling, but I'm sorry. But that will be done the 14th. Now, he takes warfarin because he has a mechanical valve. So we've got to stop that particular medication 5 days prior. So they're at that crucial point of that test that they do the 14th will determine whether they need to go in and quickly make the appointment and set it up to have that battery change, which will take about an hour or so, or to put in, I want to say, a defibrillator and take that one out and put a defibrillator in. Now, if it has to be the defibrillator, it cannot be done at our local hospital. It will have to be done in another city, a larger city. So, yeah, it's just, I'm stressed, I'm worried, I'm plain old scared, my friends. And I know he is. He is, we never know. He keeps saying, my heart could stop at any moment. This could stop all this that I have in me now could stop at any time. And that's true. But my heart could stop at any time. Anyone, we never know how many heartbeats we have left on this earth. And I'm just thankful for all that we do have. And I'd like to ask prayers for him. He was at that crucial point that after you reach a certain meters or something on that valve that he's got, then you have so long to go in and change the battery. If any of you have that particular device in your body or your husband has it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm probably so stressed it's hard for me to even think what I'm trying to say here. But since and we were planning on doing that, scheduling it and everything. Matter of fact, it was all scheduled to be done, to go in and change the battery. And then we had the fluid episode where we had to go into the hospital. So that has put a damper on everything. It has just totally threw everything out in left field. And that's the reason that, it's right there at that crucial line. So I hope I'm making sense of this, but I just want to say my time is being spent at Transitional Care with him. I try to go and have meals with him I try to, put him in the wheelchair and roll him into the dining room and have lunch with him. And it was pretty today, so we had some sunshine and it was warmer today. He takes warfarin and he gets very, very cold, having the cancer and so much wrong with him. But it was nice today, so I rolled him out on the patio and let him sit. We sat in the sunshine for about 12 minutes or so, and just to get some fresh air, anything I can do to help him. And I roll him around as much as I can just to get him out of that room. It's very, very depressing. But I wanted to say, and the reason I'm doing this little video and uploading it, because my time is being spent with Hubby. That's my main concern. That's my only concern. And I try to come here as much as I can and get home before dark because I cannot drive after dark. I'm still in the push and pull with my eyes, my friends, and I can't drive after dark. The extra hour in the evening that we have now has helped me immensely, but I go in the morning and then I get home before dark, and sometimes I stay, sometimes I don't. It just depends. I mean, I can't let myself get run down to where I can't do for him and take care of him. We've all been there. I know you've been there, you know, just like me, and I've been there a lot with him. But just remember both of us in your prayers, please, and understand I will be back on the tube. I will be back on my channel as soon as I can, as soon as I get him well and get him home. And he's going to have home help that will come out probably for at least 6 weeks to 2 months, a couple, 3 times a week. So that's going to tie a lot of my time up. And then he's got to have the surgery. We've got to schedule that surgery. After this test, Friday will determine what needs to be done with that valve in his heart. So I will keep you posted as soon as I can, as much as I can, if it's just a little community post or something. But right now my main concern is my hubby. And I will be off, and I hope you please don't unsubscribe for me. Please stay with me and understand, because this is something that's out of my control. I've worked so hard at my channel. Just hit 3 years in February, and I've worked so diligently hard to try to build my subscriber content and my channel. And I have been very loyal, 1 video a week, sometimes more. And please just understand my dilemma right now, my friends, and don't click unsubscribe for me. Stay with me, because I will be back, and I've got some great videos when I do come back. But you know, any of you would do the same thing if it was your hubby, your child, your mother, your father, anybody that you care deeply about. And I need prayers. I need prayers for me to keep going. I need prayers for hubby, because I'm really, really scared that, you know, just understand. I know God is good. I know He walks with us and takes care of us. And just remember the scriptures that, you know, just put all of our faith in Him and He'll make it right. I'm going to cut this off, and I'm sorry that I babbled, but I'm going to try to get this uploaded so you will at least know what is going on. And anytime I upload a video, my last video that I uploaded, it was about declutter. And I wrote in the more section. If you'll click that more on that last video, I typed in there exactly what I was going through a little bit. So anytime you watch my video, click on that more. Go to the more section. Sorry. That was my daughter in Colorado. I'm going to call her as soon as I finish this. Under there, and click that word more to the right. And anything that I have to say that I don't run in that video, you can find out what's going on, my friends, okay? I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to call my daughter. And just remember me in your prayers, and especially my hubby, please. I need prayers. He needs prayers. And thank you for watching today. And I love you, my friends. Bye-bye. I'll be back with you when I can. Bye-bye.